أكبر الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today in our lesson concerning Makharij al-Huruf, we will begin bi'idhnillah with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the throat. The throat is called al-halq. The throat is called al-halq. Our lesson today is in halq. The lam has a sukoon on it. Halq. The throat, barakallahu fikum, is on three categories. The throat, barakallahu fikum, is on three categories. This is the chin here. This is the neck. I'm sorry, let me write that a little better. All right, the first part of the mouth. This is the tongue. And this is the bottom of the mouth. Tayyib. You all bear with me in my drawing. This is the tongue. Tayyib. This is the throat. I'm going to draw it one more time. This is the place for the ain and the ha. This is the place for the ghain and the kha. Barakallahu fikum. The throat is on these three levels. I do not want to get involved with mustalahat, with the actual name of them. They're Arabic terms, and I don't want to confuse you all. The first one is called aqsa al-halq, wa wasat al-halq, wa adna al-halq. Later on, once we finish this, we will look at these terminologies and these names. But we just want to look at these three areas here and where these letters are pronounced from. The Hamza and the Ha, they are around the area where we call the Adam's apple. And when everybody take their finger and put it on the side of their neck, and then to poke. When you're saying run your finger from the top to the bottom and see where it is when you poke, it stops the sound. Right there, that's the point. Everybody do it. You know, it's not down low. It's right there, right around where the Adam's apple is. It's not down here. It's right down there. Okay. So that's the furthest part of the throat. That's the furthest away from the mouth. So the other ones are more up. The first two in that area where the Adam's apple is, around that area, we're just using the Adam's apple as a guide to show where it is. Not that the Adam's apple has anything to do with it. Okay. It has two letters, the Hamza and the Ha. In the middle of the throat, that's called the middle of the throat, There are two letters, an ain wa ha. The ain wa ha is totally in line with the back of the tongue. Totally in line with the back of the tongue. And the ghain al-kha comes from the roof of the mouth, but in the back, not in the back, in the very back. Because of the sound comes out of the throat. These are called the letters of the throat on these three categories. So here, barakallahu fiqh, let's understand. Here we have thalatha makharij. We have three makhraj. Three makharij. The furthest throat, the middle of the throat, the closest of the throat. The furthest of the throat is the hamza and the ha. The middle of the throat is the ain and the ha. The closest of the throat, meaning closest to the mouth, is al-ghain wa kha. Ghain wa kha. Because the sound comes from where? The throat. They're called the letters of the throat. Huruf al-halq. This is the halq. It's on these three categories. Even though in the ain and the ha, you're using your tongue, not your throat like you do on the hamza and the ha. Even though in the ghain and the kha, you're actually using your tongue on the ghain and kha, but because of the sound stems from the throat, they're called the letters of the throat. Even though in these last four letters, it's your tongue that is doing the work. Tayyib. Today, we want to look at only the hamza and the ha. We want to understand clearly that the halq, this is our focus for today. We were previously on what makhraj? Al-jawf. The jawf had three letters of elongation, al-alif, wal-waw, wal-ya, al-maddiyya, and that which is connected to it from the fatha, wal-dhamma, wal-kasra, and that which is connected to the dhamma from that which we call at-tarjih. And the sukoon comes after al-dhamma. Now we're on a second makhraj. We have five makharij. The second one is al-halq, the throat. The throat has three makharij, has three makhraj. Aqsa al-halq, the furthest of the throat, and the furthest from the mouth. Wasat al-halq, the middle of the throat. Adana al-halq, the closest of the throat. I'm going to write these words down for you later on. Later on. I want you all to realize something that's very important. That we have here three makhraj, not six. We have six letters and just three makhraj. Two letters, in every makhraj there's two letters. And every makhraj there are two letters. This should be in your mind some kind of contradiction. You should have a problem with this. How can two letters be in the same makhraj? Then what's the difference between them? How is two letters going to be in the same makhraj? Then they're going to come out the same sound. Now, you should be asking yourself that. Now, how is that possible? If they're in the same makhraj. So we want to say that the letters that are shared in the makhraj, what distinguishes one from the other is how it's recited. Afwan, how it is pronounced. How it's pronounced. Where it's pronounced, that's the makhraj. In the furthest part of the throat, in the middle of the throat, in the closest part of the throat. The makhraj has to do with where. The sifat, the description, is how it's pronounced. Like, we're going to erase this now, and we're going to just deal solely with the ain and the ha. And we're going to take our time, and we're going to seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's assistance. Barakallahu fikum. We mentioned yesterday And you have to always keep this in your mind, that there is no letter except that two entities have to collide. Nah, nah. تتصادم عضوان. العضو is العضو. عضو. It's a member of the body. It's a member. عضو is a member of the body. يتصادم عضوان. Two members of the body have to collide with one another in order for a sound, a letter to take place. Two members have to collide with one another. They have to collide. يتصادم عضوان. عضو is one member, is the tongue, for example. The roof of the mouth is another one. Na'am. So if you don't get a chance to write these words, nothing is going to pass you by. We want to understand this clearly. This is the mouth. This is the tongue. And this is the bottom of the mouth. The air comes from your lungs and it's coming up. It's coming. The reader raises his tongue up to there. He goes, Then he raises his tongue and says, Cough comes out. Then he raises his tongue, that comes out. Then he says, J. Then it goes, Sha. Then the sheen comes out. Then it goes, Ya. Then the ya comes out. Then it goes, Ta. And the ta comes out. Wherever he makes these two areas collide, that's the sound that comes out. Every time he changes these 2 points that collide, every time the sound changes. But two entities have to collide. Yep. We have the tip of the tongue here, and these are the teeth, for example. There are letters that sometimes it's not by collision, it's by taqarub. They come close together, like you all say that. Nothing collided. This your tongue came close to your teeth. It just came close. Now, but this what has to happen. Two entities, two parts of the body have to collide. The two lips collide. When you say meaning this tooth and the bottom of your lip collide. We call it a fa. Naam. But they have to collide. So we want to understand from this that when I say that the hamza and the ha, that they come from the furthest part of the throat, that is not enough. You have barely told me anything. You have told me nothing. I want to know the two members of the body that have to collide in order to implement and recite and read this letter. I meant to say it's from the throat, and 6 letters in the throat. In the throat, you have something that's witr. It's a ta. Witr. The plural is autad. It's a string. There's 2 strings in your throat. Witr. You have witran sawtiyatan, 2 strings that cause sound. It has this shape in your throat. It's like this in your throat. When you're standing, like this is your head. This. This is your mouth. This is your neck. It's in your neck like that. Two strings. And your sound comes up like that. Do it. You control this thing. If we look at it from being in front of us, when it's open, it's like that. You have the capability of closing it. Closing it. When you close it, look at it's open. When it's open, what goes through it? Sound and air. Sound and air goes through it. When you close it, this is open. Sound and air comes through. When you close it, no sound, no air can go through. It's as if you're saying, let me write this so it can be clear. And we said, as-sama, and we stopped on this hamza. We're doing the hamza and the ha alan. As-sama, al-ma. This hamza, you're stopping the sound and the air. Sawt, the sound, and the hawa, and the ear. These are words of the Quran. As-sufaha. Look at this word here. Ma'wahum. Ma'wahum. It's not ma. You didn't stop anything. Ma'wahum. Ma'wahum. Look at these words that we know. Mu'minuna. 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 It's very important that I write clearly. Ya'kuluna. Ya'kuluna. Ma'wahum. Yu'minun. Tayyib. And the hamza. These are the two bodies that collide together to create this sound that we call it in Arabic hamza and ha. These two things have to collide together. How they collide together is the difference between the hamza and the ha. They both have these two members that collide. This is one witr, this is one string, this is another string. They have to collide together. In the hamza, they collide together in a hard manner which stops the air and stops the sound. This is the first time I'm teaching this class in English. Habas an-nafs. Habas an-nafs. It stops the nafs. It stops the air. Habas sawt. It stops what? The sound. Have anything. We want to start our class from here. Any letter you hear that the sound is stopped and the air is stopped, this shows that you have to bring these two members together strongly, and that you're going to do it strongly. If you hear any letter, the sound flows and continues, even though it has a sukoon. And the air flows and continues. This means you have to be soft in it. Even though and we're going to look. This is the air flowing out of your mouth. While it's flowing, the reader closes this that way and closes this that way, and he shuts it down like that. It's closed. So he says, he cut it off. That is the Hamza. You all are after me. You control that thing. You control it. Let's look at this. You all bear with me. Look at this word here. You all bear with me. I switched the letter. This is a ta has a shadda on. You don't say hat ta. You all are after me. Hat ta. Tayyib. In Arab, in the Quran, there is no Hamza that has a shadda on it. In the Quran, there is no Hamza that has a shadda on it. In Arabic, there is. Na'am. So just bear with me. For example, we're going to call this word ma'a. For example, ma'a. Why are we doing this? So you can taste the Hamza and see what it is that you're doing. You have to close it, make it sukoon, then open it. Let's go back to the ta. Hat ta. Let's do that with the Hamza now. Ma'a. I want you to taste and see what it is that you're doing with this thing that's called the Hamza. That's just the name of it. That's just the name of it. Okay? But you're going to take these two strings, you're going to close it. When you close it, all the sound is going to stop coming up from your lungs. You stopped it. And the wind, you stopped it. Then you're going to open it again, and it's going to continue. Do you understand what I'm saying, Muhammad? Tayyib, you all after me. I want you to make what's after it, make it long. Tayyib, again. So this is the Hamza. This is Hamza. You control it. You own these two strings. Tayyib. What are we going to say about the Hamza? About the Hamza, we're going to say the sound habas and habas salt. Y'all have to bear with me. I want this in Arab. Habas means to stop. Mahbas is a prison. Habs is somebody's in prison. Habs is fil habs, is in prison. Habs. Habs assault, meaning that assault is prevented. Then you have habas. Assault means voice. Habas and nafas. Laysa nafs. Nafas. Nafas. It means ear. Nafas. Habas and nafas. Habas assault. Habas assault. What does assault mean? Voice. When nafas is ear. Habas assault. Habas means to stop it. Habs, to stop the sound and to stop what? The airflow. There's a difference. There are letters that the sound flows is no air in it, like az, yukazibun, yukaz. That letter, the dal, the sound flows is no air. And there are letters that's air and sound. like الثلاثة, الشيطان. They both flow in that. Then it has some that the sound stops and the air stops. Ad-Deen. Maliki yawm Deen. Then you have some that the sound stops, but the air continues. Yastakbirun, the calf. Yastakbirun. Now, also the ta. Fitna. Fitna. Fit. Fit. The sound stops, but the air continues. Fit. Fitna. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت. We have to have that sound. خلقت. If I said خلقت, what's that? خلقت. Is it a dal? Is it a ta? I don't hear something with it. وإلى السماء كيف رفعت. What is رفعت? What's at? لا رفعت. When I hear that thing, I hear that ear, that's the sound of the ta. When I hear that ear. Now I'm gonna say, as for to say rufi'at, it's a mistake. A lot of people read like that. إلى الإبل كيف خلقت. إيش خلقت? إيش قت? Now قت. Now, so we have letters. They differentiate by they're distinctive by these things. This has air and sound. This has no air, no sound. There has sound, no air. There has air, no sound. So the letters that are shared in the makhraj, what's going to be the difference of them? These issues here. Okay? Now, so what are we going to say about the hamza? This hamza that's in this word. Ma'wahum. The inqata'. The sound has stopped and the air has stopped. The sound has stopped and the air has stopped. If something is stopped, means you, the reader, you brought those two members together in a strong manner. What are the two members? They are these two strings in your throat. These two strings. You're going to bring them together strongly. You're not going to say mu'minun, mu'minun, ma'awa, ma'awa, ma'a, ma'a, ma'wahum, yu'minun. As-sama. Some of them say as-sama. Oh, where's the hamza? As-sama. This is as-sama. There's a hamza at the end. You can't say on this word and you're going to stop there. As-sama. No, as-sama. You have to hear something that stopped. That's a hamza, not an alif. If it was like this, then we say as-sama, sama, sama. If it have a hamza here, you say sama. If there was a dhamma or a fatha or a kasra, you're not going to say samau, samai, sama. You're going to say sama'u, strong. Sama'i, sama'a. This letter is a strong letter. How do we know that it's a strong letter? Because the sound is stopped, the air is stopped. The word stopped, habis, if this word habis, if the stopping is a description of this letter, that either the sound is stopped or the air is stopped, it means you have to use some strength when reciting it. What if both of them are stopped? The sound is stopped and the air is stopped. So in the likes of these words, these are the ayahs from the Quran. Min as-sama'i ma'a. This is a hamza and this is a hamza. You're not going to say min as-sama'i ma'a. Min as-sama'i. You're going to min as-sama'i ma'a. Min as-sama'i ma'a. When you say iyyaka na'budu, you're not going to say iyyaka. And you're going to say Iyaka, You're not going to say wine. You're not going to say here wa iyyaka nasta'in. You're not going to say wine. You didn't do anything with those two strings. You didn't do anything. You didn't go over the letter. You didn't do anything. Why iyyaka nasta'in? Why e e. So you all are after me. Then we're going to go look at the ha, and then we're going to stop. So you want to practice these letters until when you speak Arabic, you have to use it. You all after me. E, ooh, E. Nah, it's strong. It's clear. Nah, tell you. What are the 2 points? It's these 2 strings. They're called awtar as-sawtiyya. When you close this here, and you close this here, and it comes like that, and nothing can go through it. This is what creates the sound, what? Hamza. We mentioned yesterday that bringing 2 entities together like that, this is when it's a sukoon. Ma'wahum. When you bring them together, abba, afba, atta. But when you take these 2 entities and you pull them away from one another, this is when it has a fatha or kasra. Ba. So when you say ma'wahum, when you say ma'wa, you take these 2 strings and you pulling it together. Ma'wa. But when you say alhamdu, those 2 things are together and you spread them apart. You put them together before you say anything, and you say You don't say it's already open. You say no, alhamdu, no. You didn't do anything with those 2 things. So before you say alhamdu, you're going to bring them together. Then you're going to say You're going to separate them. You're going to separate the 2 strings. When you make it a sukoon, you're going to close them. You're going to close them in a fashion that no air continues and no sound continues. Ma'wa, ma'wa, la ma'wa, ma'a, la ma'wahum. Ya Aba Amir. Is that clear? Okay, we're going to look at the ha briefly, and then tomorrow we'll look at it in more detail. The ha and the hamza have the 2 same bodies or entities that have to collide. That means they're in the same makhraj. Amma the kha and the ain and the ghain, no, that's other than this. On these 2, you're going to bring this one a little bit that way and this one a little bit that way. So this is the sound here. This is your thought. Sound is coming up and it's going out. It's going out. It's going out. This witr, this string, you bring it here and it hits the sound. It's here. It's not, the sound is not hitting anything. I closed it totally. I closed it totally. Now when you say I'm gonna close this one a little bit, just that it brushes against the ear that's flowing and the sound that's flowing. And this one, I'm gonna close it a little bit, just so that it brushes against it a little bit. And I'm gonna say D. What is the situation in the ha? The sound flows and the air flows. The word flows mean don't be harsh. Don't stop it. Don't stop the flow of air. Don't stop the flow of the sound. bring them together in a manner which the sound in the air, they are still flowing. As-sama, for example. Naam. So what's the difference between the hamza and the ha? If they're in the same makhraj, you say the hamza and the ha, the air and the sound stops. And the ha, the air and the sound continue. Now, how do you pronounce the ha, the hamza? By closing these two witr. It's called a witr. The string is called a witr. Now, by closing them both. And with the ha, by bringing them both closer together. For example, I'm going to show you a mistake that's done in Arabic in the Quran. The people say, Dina sirata. They make it too hard. They close the strings too hard because we want the sound to flow. We don't want any collision. We don't sound like that. We want that collision on the hamza. Yu'minun. We want that strength in the hamza. I'm not the ha's miskeen. The ha's miskeen. The air flows. The softs. We want ihdina, ihdina, ihdina. We don't want anything to stop. We don't want ihdina. So what's that? What letter is that? Naam. So if somebody is doing that, we want to say soften up a little bit. And if somebody's saying feet ma'wahum, ma'wahum, make it a little stronger now. Don't say ma'wahum, ma'wahum. No, ma'wahum. Hamza, everything is cut off. But in the ha, everything continues. You just bring those two bodies close to the flow of air and the flow of sound, and make it rub, make it vibrate on that constant air. So you say, Hal ataka hadithul khashiyah, khashiyah, khashiyah. You know, say, Hal ataka hadithul khashiyah, khashiyah, yahdi, and have the ihdi, wallahu yahdi, yahdi. What about barakallahu fikum if it's mushaddada mutahhara? It can't stop. It has to flow. You have to be soft in this letter. How do we know you have to be soft? Because the air flows and the sound flows. Flows means be soft. Mutahhara. It's not mutahhara. No. So if somebody says mutahhara, they're going to say soften up. You're bringing those two entities together too hard. Mutahhara. We don't want them to collide. We want them just to yataqarab. Each one comes close to the other one. Just bring it a little close. So this is the difference between what? The hamza and the ha. Because they're in the same makhraj. They both use these awtar sawtiya. This is our lesson for today. Before we go on tomorrow, inshallah, we're going to review this, and then we're going to move on into the ain and the ha. Inshallah, we're going to write some words tomorrow that we can review this on. It's better to review on what? Review on the sukoon. The sukoon will aid you in tasting it correctly. This is our lesson for today. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa